things that totally changed how I was shopping for an off-grid property, understanding homeowners associations, and covenants, conditions, and restrictions. If you've lived in a condo in the city or a home in the suburbs, you're already familiar with HOAs and CCRs. In my mind, part of the appeal of going rural is getting away from lists of rules, but to my surprise, a lot of the rural land in Washington is located within an HOA and subjected to all sorts of additional CCRs, in addition to a county's land use regulations and building codes. Some of the common restrictions I saw included vacation communities that don't allow full-time residents, limitations on outbuildings and farm animals, regulations requiring you to build a suburban-sized home, and mandatory dues that supported things I don't want, like golf courses, pools, or clubhouses. Most HOAs don't allow manufactured homes or living in RVs, which is going to mean no tiny homes, schoolies, or anything weird. As one example, consider these small lots on Anderson Island. You'll see a lot of these listings if you search for the cheapest land in Western Washington. The downside is that the Anderson Island HOA requires you to build a traditional single-family home that's at least 1,000 square feet, and it's a golf course community that seems aimed at retirees. I've seen other HOAs that require homes as large as 2,000 square feet. As another example, here's an off-grid cabin that's been for sale for a long time. I asked the listing agent for the CCRs to see if the rules were something I could tolerate. While this HOA didn't have specific nitpicky rules, it instead had vague restrictions that concern me because their enforcement would be completely arbitrary. As seen here, their rules require you keep your parcel in sightly condition and to not engage in offensive activity. While my goals with going off-grid don't include building an ugly nightmare or offending others, I feel like these clauses were too risky because it meant that one busybody neighbor could create a world of problems for me. Overall, I decided that I would not consider land that fell within an HOA or was subjected to any extra regulations. Follow me for more tips and advice for first-time land buyers.